Hello my friends, today I'm going to show you a very special dish. It's one of my son's favorites. It's a Persian dish that is called Fesenjoon, and I have researched the recipe from all over, upside down, left to right, and I brought the best of everything that I have read. And I am gonna make it for you today, so enjoy it. It's sour and salty kind of dish, but the king of the dish is the walnuts. You would think it's the chicken or the meat, but no, it's the walnuts. So I'm gonna be cooking 3 kilos, 6.5 pounds of chicken. I chose chicken thighs. I have a big party, but you can choose a whole chicken, a chicken breast, any part of the chicken that you wish, and even you can do it with meat too. That's what I heard. For that, I'm using about 600 grams of walnuts. So for every pound, about 200 grams that I have toasted slightly and then grounded it to this texture right there. We have 3 medium-sized onions that I have chopped. It's a very simple dish, very few ingredients. Salt, pepper, the normal. I have a tablespoon of turmeric for the whole amount. 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. A teaspoon of cinnamon. So it's only teaspoon for the 3 kilos of chicken, and optional saffron at the end for decoration, and that's used normally for the rice. And also a main ingredient in this dish is the pomegranate molasses, and that's what brings in the sweetness of the dish. Some people add also sugar. I choose not to. You can add a teaspoon or tablespoon of honey if you wish to sweeten it further. The onions I'm going to be sauteing with olive oil, and let me show you how we accomplish putting this dish together. I'm heating my pot. I'm gonna start with sauteing the onions in some olive oil, and I will mix regular olive oil and some light olive oil because I don't want the olive oil to overwhelm the walnut flavor that I want to achieve from this dish. So this is also lighter olive oil, and it's about 4 tablespoons. As soon as it heats up, I will add my onions, and we need to saute them until they are translucent and slightly golden. Mix and saute until they are golden. To speed that, I normally add the salt. The salt gets the water out of the onion so it evaporates much faster. And normally I salt and I pepper my dishes as I go, because every layer it needs a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Now I have browned my onions until golden. I will add the turmeric and the cinnamon, and I'll mix. And now I will start also adding the chicken, so they can just saute a little bit. You don't want to brown them too much. You want them to absorb all the sauce and the flavors around them. When you brown the chicken, you build a crust that keeps things from seeping inside. So I find it to be best just to add the chicken like this, flip them in the onion and the turmeric, and then when I have 1 layer of chicken, I'm gonna also salt and pepper the chicken. So this is layer. I will mix and flip, and I will put it on the side, and I'm adding the rest. When you're doing a smaller amount, it's gonna be much easier as well. I'll show you here, the chicken gave out its own juices and it's simmering in it. This is all loaded with flavor. So I'm just waiting until all this raw chicken look becomes opaque. It's not gonna be cooked, but when it turns all opaque, that's when we take the next step. Okay, at this point, the chicken got opaque. I will add the walnuts in there. Now the walnuts is gonna absorb the liquids that the chicken gave out, and that's why I will need to add more broth, because I don't want the walnuts to burn and change their flavor. So I have here about 4 cups of water or broth. I'm using half and half, but you can also use water because there's tons of flavors that the chicken is already gave out. So see how it becomes thick, kind of. So I will add the 4 cups for that amount. I will also add 3 tablespoons of tomato paste that will enrich and deepen the flavors. And now I'm gonna let it cook slowly on medium-low until everything comes together. So the longer it cooks, the more the flavors become united and the deeper the flavors are. After about 45 minutes or so, I will check. I might need to move the chicken because the chicken is gonna be definitely cooked and I don't want it to be falling apart. I will fish the chicken out and I'll let the sauce reduce further, and that's when we add the molasses and the last touches. Okay, this has been cooking for about an hour, and that's because of the large quantity I'm cooking. I was told if I put a wooden spoon that touches all the way the bottom and then cover, the walnuts won't catch. So I did that, and actually it's true, it didn't catch. I don't know if I didn't put it, if it would have catched or not, but I think that method worked for me. Now the chicken is cooked, and as you see, the sauce is thick, but I would like to thicken it a little bit further. Now for me, I love the way it tastes as is right now. So delicious. I mean, heaven, really, very good. For me, I would eat it this way, but that's not the dish. So, at this point, we need to add the pomegranate molasses. And for this amount, I need to put about 2 cups. But to tell you the truth, this is personal preference. You can put as much as you wish according to your taste and how sour, sweet you like your dish or not. So I'm gonna add about a cup, mix, taste, and then decide if I want more. I know my son likes it more and I'm cooking this for him, so I'm gonna go for it. And as soon as all is mixed together, I'll let it just cook for a few minutes with the chicken, but then the chicken, I don't want to overcook it. It's gonna be falling apart. It's already falling apart actually. So I will take out the chicken with a spoon like that. So I just gonna fish it just as like this. and put it in the platter here. And then I will reduce the sauce a little bit further until the consistency that I like. So meanwhile, I will continue to put a little bit more pomegranate molasses in here. Cook the sauce until it's really thick and nice. It gets darker, a little darker in color too. At this point, when you turn off the stove, you add a teaspoon or two honey. And again, it's according to your taste buds and desires. And now you mix it in, and the sauce is ready. We are finally here. This is the meal that is fit for a king. It is so delicious and so flavorful that is really suitable for wonderful occasions. I have here, as you see, the basmati rice. I cooked it, and then I took a little part from the cooked rice and I drizzled it with the water that I steeped in some of the saffron. And you just, for decoration, you add a little bit of the yellow rice on top. That's how traditionally it is served in Persia. And also I added some pomegranate on top of it. It fits the meal. Now the flavor, I already tasted it because I could not wait. It is absolutely great, but I will have another bite here. And although this meal is very simple in a way, it's only chicken, walnuts, and a couple of few ingredients, but it is so delicious that you must try. It doesn't take long to put together. It just takes a little long until it cooks perfectly and for that sauce to thicken. Try it and let me know what you think. Meanwhile, happy Thanksgiving. Delicious.